Good morning. The title of my message this morning is Get Rid of the Police, Really? The City Council of Minneapolis, Minnesota recently voted to disband its police departments, and many cities across the United States are talking about cutting funding to their police departments, such as New York City, Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago, Baltimore, Nashville, Atlanta, and Springfield, Massachusetts, just to name a few. And there seems to be a lot of support for this on social media, but before we throw away the baby with the bathwater, we might just want to consider a few things. The most dangerous lie is that most people are good. This is what the Bible has to say about that. In Jeremiah 17:9, it says, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked." In Romans 3:10, it says, "There are none righteous, no, not one." In Romans 3:23, it says, "For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God." These are just three of many verses that proclaim the sinfulness of man. Some people are restrained from evil by knowing that our Creator rewards righteousness with eternal life and wickedness with eternal damnation. God has ordained government to restrain and punish evildoers. See Romans 13. In today's society, our sense of right and wrong is contrary to what God says is right and wrong. If we no longer have law enforcement, or their activities are curtailed by budget cuts, we will have anarchy, and the power vacuum will be filled by the likes of MS-13, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, Muslim community patrols, Muslim rape gangs, etc. The ones who will suffer the most are the weakest among us, the elderly, women, children, and the unarmed. Police officers are human, so they have a sin nature just like the rest of us. And sometimes police officers do bad things and are not punished. That is because most of us do not bother to participate in government. We can call, we can write, we can email our elected officials, we can attend meetings, we can vote, and ultimately, if our government becomes a terror to good works, we can take up arms and remove the transgressors. But most people are disinterested and can't pry themselves away from TV or sports. If you look back on all these high-profile cases of police brutality, they happened in places run by progressive Democrats. Their administrations are nothing but crime syndicates. We get the government that we deserve. I suggest that if you are concerned about the things that have been going on in the past couple of months, you need to do these things. Get armed, get a carry permit, get training, get to know your neighbors, mutually pledge to protect and help them. In small towns, get to know your police. Let them know that they can count on your help if things get bad. Be ready to defend your homes, your neighborhoods, and your town. You are ultimately responsible for the protection of yourself, your family, and your home. And to law enforcement officers, if you want the people's support, remember your oath. If you enforce unlawful orders, you are nothing but an enforcer for a criminal syndicate. In the Nuremberg trials, one of the biggest excuses was, "I was just following orders." No enactment of man can be considered law unless it conforms to the law of God. John Blackstone, commentator on English common law. Any law that is repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. Marbury versus Madison. Thank you for listening, and God bless America.